Welcome to another segment of Health Matters, brought to you by Health Force of Dunlap and SequatchyTV.com. I'm John Nolan, physician assistant. Glad you can be with me today. I'm going to talk with you today about sunburns and sunscreen. It's that time of year when folks are exposing their skin to the sun at the pool or the beach, and lo and behold, they get a sunburn. Why? Because our skin is designed to build up a tan by way of what are called melanocytes, and melanocytes are stimulated by the UV light of the sun. There's at least 3 different types of UV light: UV A, B, and C. The sun emits all of those. Tanning beds, by the way, usually just emit UVB. And our sun exposure depends on which of those that we receive, and our skin browns up from the exposure of the UV light. These melanocytes get activated and they come together to form a protective barrier. Now there's 6 types of skin, and type 1 is the very pale, red-headed, freckly type skin, and the risk of skin cancer is extremely high for those folks. All the way up to type 6, which is the very, very dark skin normally seen in African Americans. Their risk for skin cancer and sunburn obviously is very low because of the great number of melanocytes they have compared to Caucasian skin. So right now I'm primarily talking to people with types 1 through 4 skin. Again, type 3 and type 4 have a moderate risk of sunburn and skin cancer. Now, once again, the best way to avoid a sunburn, of course, is to first of all try to limit your sun exposure to before 10 o'clock in the morning and after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun intensity is at its highest between 10 and 3 to 4. If that's not possible, thankfully we have sunscreens to help protect our skin. Sunscreens have come a long way. We actually did not have sunscreens 30 years ago except for zinc oxide, which was a total block, and that's the substance that you'll remember plastered all over the nose of the lifeguard. Our sunscreens now are much further advanced. They're designed to not only block the UV rays of the sun, but also to reflect them and absorb them. So what sunscreen you need depends, again, first of all, on the type of skin you have and how long you're going to be out in the sun. The sun protection factor, or SPF, represents how long the sunscreen is going to work. Think of a sunscreen as an empty glass of and it fills up with UV light the longer you're in the sun. So if you're only going to be out for a few minutes, you want a sunscreen, usually about an SPF of 15 is adequate. If you're going to be out all day, you need a bigger glass. So that's where the sunscreens of 50 and 60 come into play. Also, remember the sun's intensity is much higher, closer to the equator you go. So wear the sunscreen, put it on 30 minutes before you go out. It takes it that long to work. If you do get a sunburn, usually sunburns are either 1st or 2nd degree. 2nd degree is going to give you the blistering. The best thing you want to do is cool the skin down quickly with cold water, ice water soaked towels. This helps relieve some of the damage. Taking aspirin and Benadryl also reduces inflammation. If the blistering is severe, you might need to see a healthcare practitioner for care. So also Benadryl helps with the inflammation and the itching. If you get blistering, you don't want to pop the blisters. You want to let them go away on their own. So in conclusion, it's that time of year where sunburns are very common. They can be quite severe or they can be quite mild. The best way to deal with them is to avoid them in the first place and apply and use the proper sunscreen. This is John Nolan. Thanks for joining me on Health Matters.